If you're not healed from a heartbreak, don't date. That's the conversation we're going to have here today on Relationship Thursday. How you guys doing? This is Ron Simplified, my author, podcaster, and your uplifting life partner. This one I wanted to actually go into because I've seen it happen with too many people recently, and people have been talking to me about this particular topic where they're getting into relationships and they're getting hurt because the person that they were in a relationship with, the other person thought they were ready for a new relationship. And then the person that's talking to me, heart got involved with this person. And then that person backed out because the fact is they realized they weren't ready. Folks, don't do it. If you're still, and folks, people will say, well, how do you know? You know, if you're thinking about your ex, if you couldn't come, if you saw your ex, how would you respond? If your ex called you, how would you respond? Be honest with yourself. That's what this is all about. That's why I'm saying if you're not ready, don't go out here dating. Don't go out here and hurt other people. We've heard that saying, hurt people, hurt people. That's why this happens. You've gotten hurt. And I mean, unfortunately, we know there's people that will do it on purpose. They're hurt, so they don't mind going and hurting other people, which is crazy. But I'm like, because you know what it feels like. Why would you want to turn around and do that to someone else? But unfortunately, that's where some people live. And we got people do some crazy things, as we all know. At least from my perspective, that's crazy. But anyway, you can be, if you're honest with yourself, if you ask yourself, if she walked in the room right now, or he walked in the room right now, and we had a little conversation, because you don't have to be enemies with your ex, but if we had a nice little conversation, would there be any sparks there? Would it be a possibility at all that I would be interested in getting back together with them? And if so, you're not ready to move on. And I'm not just saying somebody that you dated, but even though in that sense too, you still ain't ready to be dating other people because you're still caught up in this other person. They're your ex. When you can be around them, they could be with someone else and it doesn't faze you not one bit. Then you know. And it's not that you're being hard, because then you're not healed either. Because if you're just playing hard or acting like it doesn't hurt, but it's really hitting you, you're not healed. I mean, when you can literally see them and you're hoping that they're happy in their life. See, folks, that's how you know when you really care about someone. When you want what's best for them, even if it's not with you. Woo, I know for a lot of people. Oh, I know that hit for a lot of people, and I know that's hard for a lot of people. They're sitting there going, no, I remember the song, the guy says, I hope he hurts you so that you could get back to me. That told me instantly he doesn't care one iota about you. Now, I know in the song he thought that was cool and that was suave or, he's being romantic. No. If you want her to feel pain at all, how is that caring? I don't want you to care for me if your goal is you want to see me in pain. He's thinking about himself. That's why he wants her to get hurt. So hopefully she'll come. You know, like people do, they'll go to funerals and stuff because they're trying to see the ones that seem like they're very vulnerable because of the situation, trying to take advantage of the situation. It's kind of like that, hoping that she's hurt. And so then she fall back to me. Huh? I don't want somebody that way because it ain't really me. We've heard that people on the rebound, or that's the chance of that happening is what's really going on. You got them in a very vulnerable position. I'm not trying to catch you in a vulnerable position. I want a person that wants to be with me. And so if you're not ready, don't do it to yourself. Go get yourself at peace. Because it's going to be tough being in another relationship where you're with a person and you're still thinking about this other person. That's another way you know. If you're sitting there with one person and you sitting here thinking about someone else, or as I've seen people do, they keep talking about their ex. Why are you sitting here telling me about your ex? And everything that we do, her name or his name keeps coming up. That means they're playing a major role in your life. They're not in your past. You guys get that? Anything in your past, that means the door is closed. If we're still having the conversation, that means they're in our present, which means they are also dictating our future. Because every time we get in certain situations, they keep popping up. Why? They're also in our future. Folks, you can't move on in a relationship like that. You got to be able to close that door, and that door is closed. And again, I'm not saying cruel to the person, mad at the person, because then you're not healed. Think about it. You in pain. You just trying to get over them by trying to hate them or dislike them or make them an evil person or enemy or whatever. That's not healing for you. You got to be at peace. You got to be able to say, I wish the best for them. And if the best is not with me, then that's cool too. But if you're still having even that conversation where you're saying if the best is not with me, you still haven't released them because you still got you in the picture. But I'm saying that only because there are certain people that right now, maybe I need to do some growing, or maybe they need to do some growing, or maybe we both need to do some growing. But in the future, we'll be great for each other. But that could happen. But never, ever, and I'm never going to tell you to sit back and wait for that to happen. You need to be able to release them, be at peace without having them in your life before you step into another relationship. It's only fair for you, and definitely only fair for the other person. Don't have other people putting their hearts out on the line so that they end up in the place that you are right now that you didn't get healed in. And as you guys know, it ain't right. It ain't wrong. It is my opinion. All right, run on over to the App Store, run on over to Google Play, download my app. It's a free app, Simplified You. The word simplified, the letter U, not the word U, the letter U, Simplify You. They are separate, but type that in the browser and it'll give you the app, free download. I also included inside the app is my book, The Relationship Success Handbook, Get Rid of Your Problems, Not Your Partner. Yes, it's a book that's on sale at Amazon. A hard copy, but I'm not here trying to sell books. I want to help you get on track to coping with stuff, kind of what we're talking about here, and getting your life on track, simplifying your life so that you go out and enjoy this journey. Because as you guys know, as I always say, if you're not having fun, you should be doing something else. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.